unlisted published.
Wait, he actually did come on? What the heck? No way.
No way. Let's go.
Steven!
Sudden
Welcome.
formal
Horrible.
schismatic
Heresy.
material heresy.
Hey,
You have joined the insanity.
Let's go. This is wow. This would be like meeting Tom Brady or something. Dude. This is
Cardinal Burke told me not to be here, but I'm here. So take it
Let's
for what it's
go.
worth.
Yeah, he told you. Was it Bishop Schneider told you not to come on or whatever?
No, Burke is who I work for. Come on now.
Okay, yeah, that's
Burke.
I thought you were like from
CIA.
Chicago though, and Burke's in Missouri.
What is this?
He's
So
not
what?
in Missouri.
So what?
Is he still?
Yeah, isn't he still in St. Louis?
well, I thought the anti-Tooks said you're like Opus Dei or something. That's what they're saying now. So,
Opus Dei? Yeah. What,
yeah, I
Hmm?
just saw that a week ago. So,
what do you want me to say? I mean, so am I in like cahoots with like Scott Hahn or something? I mean,
I don't know. It had something to do with maybe.
Yeah, you said it, not us.
It had something to do with Trump. Yeah, you said it, not us.
We're now running breaking news. Cox has admitted to being in cahoots with Dr. Scott Hahn. Who now brings Bible references to this.
Yeah, we will now
Yeah.
hear 7
No.
minutes of why everyone's a family according to the covenantal Bible system.
No, he's in with he's trying to bring back the charismatics, the Benedict 16th charismatic movement.
What's the name of that guy? What's the name of the guy who was a big charismatic at Steubenville with like the soft, effeminate voice, white hair, no facial hair?
Oh, Ralph Martin.
Yes, Ralph Martin.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
who he's in cahoots with. He's behind the scenes controlling everything.
he's actually in that thing
Yeah,
behind me there. He's just hiding. He's about 4 feet. 4 feet.
He actually, I heard he's making a
Oh,
new
yeah.
documentary, Mass of the Sages.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Or was it mages? I don't remember if it was magic or like weird incense stuff. So
What'd you think of the Bishop Waugh interview tonight? What do you guys think? You like it?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so good.
Hmm.
That was so good. I
Tuke,
really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Tuke, you look like you're a Nordic like Viking or something. What do you
Oh,
wear?
yeah, it's supposed to be a bald cap. It's really weird. It's like there's like a gap at the beginning. Father Imperato, right? That's who my character is. So that's the whole deal. Imperato, you know. So I just watched the first 20 minutes though. But it's
Yeah. Was
Yeah,
it
what got me-
boring, huh? It was too long.
no Study P said it was boring. But I just thought the main thing. It's like if we're the
spent your
Catholic
money,
Church.
it's okay. I can say it's
Hey,
boring.
Yeah, see, but if we're the Catholic Church, then we can do this thing. You know, we're either the church or we're not. Like that's the takeaway. I love it. Let's get the Took Pope, man. Like let's go. You know.
Well, it's a conversation needing to be had, right? I mean, there's too many different opinions out there, and
Let me fix this cap. Yeah, now keep going.
I
Sorry, don't let
appreciate
me interrupt you.
I said his podcast last night about Father, what's his name, Imperato.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't have any arguments, right? So I mean, it was a great show.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
everyone
No
should just go
authority.
commit sacrileges and hope it changes them for the better. Like, there's got to be enough people who commit horrible crimes and go to death row who convert. It works. It's a path for the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
No, I also
Certainly
wanted
is
to
holy
say,
a ghost.
also want to say some people seem to have forgotten that Stephen Kokx is a journalist, and we're supposed to hate him for being a journalist, not for being like apparently a semi-Satan. Like, people forgot what the argument was and started personally attacking Stephen Kokx. I don't get it. we hate Taylor Marshall because he's a PhD. We hate Tim Cox because he's a journalist. And then people are like, oh, he's a traitor, infiltrator. It's like, no, he's a journalist. Wrong attack.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's a Chad, but that's that's just.
I went to the gym earlier tonight, so I mean, Sede Picante would be proud of me.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
What's your cycle like right now? What are you on?
have you ever heard of Hyrox? Do you know what this thing is at all?
No, you're on some new stuff then. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, Hyrox is a. I actually think it's from Germany. It's a pretty growing movement in the U.S. It's a sort of like alternative to what do they call it? Ironman, where there's various competitions across the U.S. And what you do is you do various circuits. So you'll run a half mile. You will do other things like sled push. You'll do all these different circuits, and it's basically an incorporation of aerobic versus calisthenic versus cardio, and you'll just do that frequently. And so what I've been doing at the gym is just getting that in, sled, ski, ski push, and all these sorts of things. So it's an alternative thing. So a couple of times a week, I'll just do that.
So it's like CrossFit, but less gay.
Well, no. Is this like a Spartan race kind of thing?
Yeah, it's similar to that, right?
Yeah,
you got Hyrox is HYROX. My buddy got me into it. A guy I went to college with, and it's great to for a number of reasons. But no, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you ever a runner or something? Did you ever do distance running or?
So let's see. Since 5th grade through high school, I did every sport there was. High school. Football, swimming, and then a baseball. So I'm really into athletics. So.
Oh, did you do football in high school or?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, that's awesome.
This makes me believe this guy is not a fit.
What?
Yeah.
If you can bench, if you can be physically mobile, you got huge grip passing grade in our book.
That's right.
Sede, what's your max, Sede? What are you maxing out at these days?
Bench press 210. I've stopped deadlifting and squatting because I'm trying to get my bench press up.
Let's go.
We all know that's a lie, Sede.
That's what I did. That's what I did to finally get 225. Dude, I was like, I just would squat twice a week, just do some singles, and then I would just all I did was bench. I only did it twice a week, but
I'm benching
when you stop
4 times
doing
a week.
Yeah, when you just commit to that prison body and you just you put the legs on the back burner, you're gonna get that 225, man. And then I switched. Now I'm doing Olympic lifting, and I failed on 225 when it used to be easy. I'm like, what the heck, But it's all right though.
I think my max in high school, my senior year, we had a competition, and I think I did 295 one time. That was the most I did. Maybe it was pretty good. So I'm trying to.
People that work out before the age of 30 have an unfair advantage, so we don't count these numbers.
Well, who would not work? That's wild.
He's just mad he was homeschooled.
Yeah, 295 is pretty legit, man.
Christine, what's your max bench?
Man, I haven't been to the gym in over 5 years, probably 6 years. My gym had closed during COVID, and I just never got back, even when it reopened. So I haven't worked out in a while. I couldn't even tell you what my max bench was.
Was it body weight, at least?
I did a bunch of body weight exercises. Mostly push-ups. Dang. I don't think I did more than the bar.
Luke,
I'm embarrassed to say that.
Yeah, I just got 235 a couple weeks ago, and it was the most depressing thing ever. So I got 225. I was on top of the world, and then I got 235. It was way easier. But like as soon as I re-racked it, I was like so depressed. You know, it was the weirdest thing. Like every weight after 225 is just depressing. You know, it's like I want to get to 3 plates and then never bench again. That's what I want to do.
Wait, a burrito.
I
Yeah.
like that. Never bench again. All right.
Yeah,
That's the
I don't
joke I was
like.
gonna say.
Well, I do close grip bench, so I don't do the. You know, everyone that does the regular bench hurts their shoulder. You know, so I just want to get 3 plates over with and never do it again because I don't need to. I don't need to do bench for Olympic lifting. You know, it's like not really a thing. But what about John? What about John, man? What are you benching?
It's still like 150. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay, so he's about.
That's what I get
That's
for being a cardio retard.
well, that's like your body weight though.
Yeah, I
And
was about to say,
he does distance running, so he gets a dispensation for a low bench. You know.
So it's more than Nick. Hey, Rob can bench 225 probably pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
He's only 400 pounds.
What's distance running? Is it like a mile or 5 miles?
Over a
Distance
mile.
running.
If we're talking about high school, it's over a mile. But like when you get to college,
yeah.
it starts turning into like 5 miles. And then it
Like
has
you
to
would
go
run, at least like 3 miles in a day if you were someone that does distance running. Like
anybody who like did varsity wrestling or varsity football could have outran most cross country athletes though. Like that was a genuine fact. There's a lot of sports that can make you a better distance runner.
Yeah, I mean, if you have
That's
like that
sad.
athleticism, like you'll go into and then you commit to distance running, then yeah, you'll beat like the people that just did distance running. Like
No,
that's
but
how
that
I
was
did. That's what
weird.
I
That
did,
was-
you know.
But that was what was weird was every single wrestler we got, because of their conditioning camp during the winter that's pretty much running 3 miles every day and then doing wrestling, legit made it to districts
Yeah,
in our state. Like there wasn't an exception. It was every single one of them. It didn't matter if they were terrible at wrestling. It was
well,
legit
we're talking about the Cox News football career though. That's cool. Man.
That's what we need
I
to
just-
know.
I just did. I only did.
We're
6th
doing
and
whatever
7th
we
grade.
want, said AP. We're doing
That's
whatever
right.
we want.
I wouldn't have fit in though. I wouldn't have fit into any position that I could have played. I don't know what I would have been. Like,
No, let's add. While we have Cox,
Mr.
Mr. Cox
Johnson.
here, he's not going to be here for that. We can talk amongst ourselves whenever we want to.
yeah.
This is
We're-
Jock's news.
We're talking
Eddie.
about
Timetable?
what position. All right, I got us, guys. What position did you play in football, man?
Well, it depends. So freshman, sophomore year, running back, receiver. Junior, senior year, it was linebacker, cornerback, punt returner. What happened senior year was I broke my arm actually the second quarter of my first game, and so I was out the entire rest of the season. So I did actually swimming that winter, and then played baseball obviously in the spring, which is what I was always doing. So as a pitcher, and so that fall it was really hard. That was the first game. Yeah, I broke my left arm. I have 2 plates in here. So pretty tough. It was a first sort of thing. Like, that was hard to really come to grips with.
Wow. Would you say baseball is the best sport ever? Would you say that's a correct statement?
Well, I know you guys are like Dodgers fans. At least one of you.
No.
Literally only one of us is.
I'm Red Sox. I'm
one
Red
of you. I said
Sox.
one.
I
Yeah.
disavow that any
It's
of
only
us are
Centipede.
Dodgers fans.
So we got
Only
Mariners,
Centipede is a Dodgers fan.
Mariners,
Man.
Dodgers, Red Sox, and what was
Man.
Christine again?
Well, I'm from
Mets
Michigan. I got
fan.
the Tigers.
Mets fan.
Tigers have a great history.
Okay,
AL
okay.
Classic Central team. So
Hey,
root for the
the
Tigers.
Dodgers are literally subversives, though. They brought the first woman into a locker room. They broke segregation. They just can't stop.
Holy crap!
No, they did, though. They're literally the most subversive baseball team. They've had the most, quote, historic moments. I mean,
So who has more home runs? Is it Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Sadaharu O? Who's the home run king in your guys' opinion?
Bonds.
Bonds?
Bonds, unfortunately, yeah.
Steroids, Bonds?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Been better
Steroids
about
Bonds can just turn his whole top of his body around like he was a little video game character, like
I was about
in
to
those
say,
action
Japan.
Star Wars action
Pretty
figures.
easy. Japan, it's too easy to hit home runs. They're like high school fields with like 300 feet center fields.
Is that
I like
provable?
my-
I don't know if that's.
No, like legit. You look into Japan baseball. The baseball fields are like 300 feet to center because of the way they were built.
So he hit like 800 and some home runs.
Yeah,
right?
probably doubles in the MLB. Still a good hitter, but
Yeah.
So see, Barry Bonds is like this little action character. He can just turn the top of his body independently from the bottom, so he could hit.
You know what? That's the next debate. We need to talk about whether or not what's his face, Christine, is right.
Let's see.
the dumb guy with the
Chicken arm technique.
I have some special inside information that there could potentially be a Cox News show with the Majorian. You know, I wonder. That's
Who's
interesting,
talking
man.
here? What's going on? Is there inside information?
Yeah, I don't know who I could have heard that from.
I know
but
nothing.
That's interesting.
Who doesn't have Majorian on? And plus, everyone that I have on, all of a sudden, other people have on. What's with that?
I haven't had him on yet. You know what?
Well, who should I have on? You guys tell me. I mean,
all right.
What's the
Well, you should that Majorian show, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What's
What's the story? I don't know much about him.
Wait a second.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll have to uncover that. I mean, you'll have to, I mean, you're thinking outside the box to have him on, man. That's
said AP. I just thought of something.
Here at Kokx, we think outside the box. It's,
Yeah.
bars. That was straight heat rock.
There's gonna be a show next Saturday or Friday. With that as the logo, I guarantee Sadie's going to be doing that. Oh no, he's got it up in the corner now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All sorts of trademark violations happening.
Yeah,
This is completely against the legal. My counselors are telling
I mean,
me.
your Fox News logo that you have is massively trademark protected. Come on.
Yeah.
It is.
Well,
It's different colors. Hey, it's my last name. What do you want me to say? Come on.
well, hey, I mean that Cardinal Burke deal that you were on the front lines for Cox News with, man. I mean, was that pretty easy to figure out, or is there anything you can share about that story, like how that came about?
The what? The Cardinal Burke what?
Like, there's the election of Leo, and then there's the Zip It deal, and it's like, Cardinal Burke is orchestrating this.
Yeah, so Michael Matt goes on Marshall like 2 or 3 months after the conclave and says, if Cardinal Burke looks back at the trad movement, maybe we should zip it a little bit. I mean, and he said himself, I met with Cardinal Burke like just a couple of weeks earlier. Like, what do you think they're talking about? Like, are we just supposed to sit here?
It's double verified, by the way. There's another person who spoke about this, Mike Parrott. Mike Parrott and me would go to the same SSPX. He, for whatever reason, during the first time we met, was like, yeah, Taylor Marshall texted me and was like, I've talked with Cardinal Pell and Cardinal Mueller and Cardinal Burke, and they told me that you guys need to zip it on the anti-Pope Leo stuff.
Yeah.
Because they want to get the SSPX Novus Ordo bishops in 2026.
Yeah.
Like that's the next scandal is going to be the SSPX, which they're going to. Like that was told me by Mike
background.
I don't know why he told me this, because he legit walks up to me and is like, "Nice to meet you."
Where did you meet Mike at, or where were you talking to?
My church. We've been going to the same church for 2 years.
You're talking Mike Parrott?
I refused to associate with him, and some guy was nice to me, and I was like, "Nice to meet you." And then Mike Parrott walked over to the two guys, and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I run SelaCast."
Let's go.
Luckily, he did the Stephen Iyer thing where he's like,
hey, outside of Selah, there is no cast,
I still don't even know what SelaCast is. I mean, does one of you guys run this?
Garbage. It's garbage.
It's brain rot. It's an inside the jug brain rot show that plays off of my show.
You'd have to watch at least 130 episodes.
Don't watch episodes. Don't watch it ever.
Only 130? That's not too bad. I mean,
It's also a show specifically dedicated to making fun of Nick Cavazos.
Don't mind that. I mean,
that's our selling point. He hasn't made content in a month.
The
I mean,
best
does
part is
anybody know what happened to that guy? I mean, they're all behind the paywall over there at Pelican. You know, multiplication, whatever, plus additional.
Yeah, they should sign. They should sign me, man. I'm down.
Well,
I'll sign the
I'm
deal.
waiting for the
I could
Pelican
use the money.
iPad app though. The Pelican children iPad app.
Actually, you know what? Do you think you could hook that
Pelican
up? Do you think you could hook that up, Steven? Do you think we could get me a deal at Pelican Plus?
You just dress up
Dude,
as
if,
like a
if
priest
Kennedy
on
Hall
the
ever gets
show.
back to me on text message, I can hook it up. I mean,
All right, like
You gotta
100, just
dress up.
100 grand a year. That's all I need. Dude.
Wait, I got it. Pretend to be a Malachi Martin cardinal in Burrito.
Oh,
I was
man.
elected by Malachi Martin. I'm totally valid.
Well, if I do the whole, like, I'll do the Imburrito show. You know, material,
You got the red
systematic,
on
formal
already.
sedevacantist Stephen Cox. He's complaining about the Pope all day long. You know, it's all it
Your
does.
bald cap falls off during the show multiple times. You're like,
He's not actually bald. No.
you're like
Putting it back on, guys. You can see it.
Wait, that's not Father Imperato. That's someone else.
That was a great show.
someone's
Saturday
gotta hack that
last
website.
night with Imperato. It was a great show. I appreciated that
I
last
need
Oh,
to
thank
watch
you.
that.
night. It was,
I can't tell if the shows are good anymore. I've done too many of them.
They're horrible.
They're
The
horrible.
worst shows I've ever had.
The
to
Cox
I have to say,
News bit was
I
just hilarious.
liked the bits in the beginning, like 2 minutes of news headlines. That's really good.
I
well,
couldn't
see, I'm
even.
here in Michigan, so you know we have a lot of snow. I mean, I'm worried.
Oh,
I
shit.
might get my snow pants on.
I like
Wait,
snow
what?
pants.
My dad, yeah. My dad grew up in the Upper
Like,
Peninsula.
I love
No!
I love snow pants.
Snow pants are embarrassing.
No, they're great.
horrible.
I've worn them to church before.
You just get insulated pants that are waterproof, and you don't
Yeah,
need
Gore-Tex.
No,
Gore-Tex.
no, the snow in Michigan is diabolical, though. I've heard, man. That's
Well, 2 weeks ago, it was the grass was evident. It was all out. I mean, there was no snow on the ground at all. And just in the last like day and a half, we had a blizzard. And this is the way it is where I'm at in Michigan. It's just like it's complete winter blizzard one day, and then the next week it's like springtime, and then like after that it's chaotic. So you never know what's gonna happen. So.
We're back in the catacombs in
Yeah.
Michigan. It's the winter time. They're coming on us. They're coming down on us.
oh man.
So you don't? Do you have ski resorts where you are at, Mr. Cox?
No, I mean so I'm in Grand Rapids. It's sort of like the southwest part of the state. If you go up north about an hour and a half, you have a lot of ski resorts, a lot of hills. So not where I'm at exactly, but you go up north, not too far. There's a lot of that. But I'm not really a skier. I never really got into it.
Yeah, this is half a mile from where I live.
Where are you at, California?
Yeah.
This is right now.
Yeah, this was earlier today.
Were you there? You seem like a snowboarder.
No, I don't like. I don't like.
snowboarding. He
No, I
doesn't
don't
want
like
anyone
it.
to know. He's
No, I
actually
don't
a
like this stuff.
snowboarder, Ray.
No.
No
He's a
snowboarders?
snowboarder, Ray.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow up here though.
Okay.
Which is why I didn't do one of the shows this week, or it was the first week of January, Thursday. I just took it off because we were moving snow. I'm busy.
Yeah, like I watched ZAP go snowboarding, and he doesn't want anyone to know. He's like, I love snowboarding.
You don't have to lie about things, John. There's enough embarrassing things you know about
All right.
me.
So Mr. Cox, who do you accept as your personal bishop from the Sedevacantists? All right, dude.
That's a good question. I mean, I'm in a sort of a desert here, right? I'm in West Michigan, and we only have a couple different traditional churches. We have SSPX Church, we have a CMRI Church, and that's really about it. So, I mean, that's the best I could answer you right now. I mean, I think there's obviously a lot to be discussed right now. I think Bishop Waugh, his proposal is significant. His track sort of follows my own, having been in this as PX for a long time, having known a lot of clergy in the SSPX resistance, and then now getting to know a bit more about the Sedevacanist clergy. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to give a clear answer on that, but I think there's a good. I think it's important to, especially where I'm at right now, to continue to give a platform to those who have different views on the situation, and to let them express themselves. And I think it's also important too. I think today we just saw with Father Disposito, he released a document on the apostolicity with the thesis. So I look forward to reading that and seeing what that argues. So I might have him on soon if he would accept, and we'll see. So I can't give a clear answer on that exactly, but
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Scary.
I'm sure he would.
He's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
He
you would
also-
probably. Yeah.
I have a lot of
What?
hatred for Father Disposito because he doesn't understand the way he sounds. He's intelligent, so he's kind of a little autistic with he answers questions incorrectly, but he means something that it takes him 3 minutes later to explain. So he's a little bit he's not good on media, I think. He's a little too smart, too academic.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see if anything develops. But look, this whole world of the SETI politics, there's a lot of online SETIs who, I mean, they just have some really bizarre views about myself. I mean,
I got called a second Dietrich. Who's a
Oh yeah. He said he wasn't
John
gonna-
Rimmer, whom I've met in real life, called me a second Dietrich.
What? Just for this is about Kokx, or this is just
No,
something
about the
else?
Catholic Family Podcast, internal war, which I have no problem
Oh.
fighting internal war. I don't understand why internal politics is so bad. They won't even talk to me. Who cares?
You're talking about Dietrich, this X user, right? He initially said on
Yeah.
contact SETIs, and then all of a sudden he goes on a 4-month rant against everything.
Yeah, he was like, "Hail Hitler! I'm a SETI now," and then he's like, "Oh, I learned Hitler
Yeah.
was actually Novus Ordo."
Yeah, how do you circle that triangle, trying to be anti-Semitic in the Novus Ordo? I mean, that's just what?
He got groomed by
Yeah.
Feinsap.
Yeah,
Where's he going
Feinsap's
then?
whole.
No, he unironically did. That's the worst part. Is
Yeah,
Feinsap has
that's-
groomed multiple.
You know what's
SETIs.
interesting about that is that Marshall is making inroads with a lot of those guys. I mean, you saw Pinesap this week actually tweet that Marshall is my friend. You can look that up.
He's such a sellout.
Or
Marshall is
Wagner,
such a sellout.
yeah,
No,
Taylor Marshall. I think he went on Wagner's show.
Taylor Marshall is the best marketing genius guru guy. 4D Just Tom was guy there is, and everybody thinks that they think he's a PhD with a brain. He's a marketing guru.
Yeah. I love how much of a class act he is too. It's you gotta appreciate the class act grift. It's wonderful.
He's Cardinal
But,
Burke. What was his whole videos? His Cardinal Burke video and his Melanie Trump video. Is Melanie Trump a Catholic? Let's look into it. For 1 hour. Doesn't answer the question.
Melania.
He
How
never
about,
answers the question to any of his live streams.
How about this? I want to see Mr. Kokx if let's see if you understand what I'm trying to say here with this thought. The coexistence in the Novus Ordo sect between the modernists and the hermeneutic of continuity people. Have you thought about that? Do you think that can just be the Novus Ordo forever? Can be those two main groups? Or are they really the same group?
Maybe clarify a bit more. I mean, because I see there's the Burke, Schneider, Strickland sort of organization, which is a bit like continuity, but then you have the what we classically refer to as the semi-trads like FSSP and others, but maybe get more specific, I guess.
Well, so there'd be the hermeneutic people would be Wagner and
No,
Pine Sap or something, and they'd be trying to say like, yeah, we're like really Catholic here, and then there's just the modernists, the straight up. Some of them would be Pope splainers, some of them would just be straight up like ultra liberals, you know. But
Yeah.
I think they can coexist, and like I think that can go forever. Yeah.
Well, so I saw a Wagner tweet just this past week, which I plan to write a blog about, and which I'll probably discuss more with potentially Majori, and if he wants to come on. It's sort of curious that you have some details about that, but it's interesting because
I mean, I did a show with him yesterday.
oh, well, there we go. I mean,
Yeah.
people, that's no problem.
Not to give away my source, but
Yeah, no, you're a bad journalist. So
yeah.
so you look, I mean, the problem with Wagner and Pine Sap and all these guys, like they want to see everything in continuity. I mean, Pine Sap, before he blocked me, put a tweet out, and it was a cover of, I think it was Joseph Pierce's book. Like, it was like Benedict, like defender of the faith. Like, I started like crying laughing when I saw that. Like, Benedict, are you serious? Like, what's going on? Like, what, have you read anything he's written? Like, I don't understand. So
he has. That's the best part.
yeah, which is if he has, it's complete nonsense.
No,
So
his Telegram is hilarious. Oh wow, this is so mystical what he said here. It's like a bunch of random gibberish about the Muslims. Whoa, this is mind blowing. Because he used to say, "I'm against people reading not Taylor Chardin, the other guy,
Tyrell,
not Ives, yeah, and Ives Congar." He was like, "Oh, these people are modernists. Never read them." And then like now, it's like, "Oh, Congar is just so amazing. Everybody fluffs up him pissing on the holy wall, on the holy seas wall, bro.
Yeah,
he's so mystical. I'm just so mystified. I'm confused what he's saying, and that's like proof it's mystical."
Yeah. So this is what like they're like adjacent to, right? So if you look into the quote, this who are we even talking about? I don't even know his name.
Pine Sap talking about Benedict or
no, the other guy. Wagner tweeted it like like I don't forget which chapter, but it was like an Irenism against not sharing the Catholic faith is inappropriate when it when it engages ecumenism, right? Which is a completely like fine quotation from that document, but like literally the next sentence it says like, but Catholics should not forget to express the Catholic faith in a humble and loving manner, and then also not forget that there's a hierarchy of truths, which is another Congar nonsense. Right? So, like, if you actually go into these documents, like literally the same thing happened this past week when like Joseph Shaw, the president of Una Voce International, like rebutted Cardinal Roche's statement at the meeting at the Vatican. Like the next line after it says Latin is to be preserved in the Latin Rite, it says the mother tongue should be extended insofar as it is seemed fitting, right? So when you go into all these like so-called like conservative like sentences or traditional seeming sentences in the council documents, the very next line completely contradicts that. And so, you know, like when you go into Unitatis Redemptoratio, it says literally like, do not basically present the fullness of the truth, you know, to borrow a phrase of Vatican II, to these guys who are in error. And so you can cherry pick everything you want from the council. The problem is there's 16 different lines that say the opposite. And so, you know, these guys who are Zoomers who just seemingly are just either ignorant or just don't know the rest of what the documents say, or they just want to intentionally view it as the Ratzingerian line.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's it. Like they just want to purposely view it as somehow continuity when it completely it's not. And as Ratzinger,
I was reading the Abbo gobbledygook, and I was like, "Whoa, this is so mystical. This explains that. I don't know what they're even saying. That's so amazing."
I mean, so Do you think
Ooga Booga
the
Dooga is
would,
my
would
is my new Vatican II document.
would you ever think like with do you ever think the modernists will just put their foot down and just be like, no, like the hermeneutic is crap, like this is
They
modernism, this is the Catholic Church,
they
like when
basically
Leo does
have.
this yeah, like when Leo does this catechesis on Vatican II, like do you think he's gonna come out completely? Like do you think he's just gonna like say, yeah, we're doing a CC, like that's what
I
we do
think
here?
Burrito, I think they already have. I just think there's such a level of gaslighting that we're all convinced this isn't bad enough. Like Pope Francis is like, I don't believe anyone's in hell. And now that's normal for novices. They're like, wow, this is so deep. It's like at some point, you reach the level of like craziness just being accepted as normal speak. It's like
Yeah.
anything is possible.
Yeah, I think you saw that with the Colosseum event just a couple weeks ago when Leo had this big prayer meeting there, but also had this absurd event in Paul VI Hall where you had all these dancers and sorts of things. So, people who are saying, we'll give him time. Well, he's blatantly continuing everything that they've always wanted. And so you also saw this, I think, in Roche's document on the Latin Mass at the consistory itself. He quoted, I think it was Francis's document, Desiderio or something like that. And it said that I don't see how there's continuity between the traditional Mass and what's happening in the future. And basically the argument was there's no continuity between the pre-Vatican II liturgy and the post-Vatican II liturgy. And so it's embedded in the documents, and Leo is just going along with it. And I think what's going to happen is a lot of conservatives are going to say, well, it's Roche's problem, it's Fernandez's problem, and they're going to blame the lower level apparatchiks when it's obviously the guy at the top who's permitting it, and if not,
Promoting.
Yeah, right. If he's not permitting it, he's just either ignorant or whatever. And I think there might be a case with Leo to say he is a bit aloof to the Latin Mass situation, because he did say in that ridiculous Crux magazine interview with whoever that gal was, I forget her name, but he said like, well, why can't you just say the Mass in Latin? Like, if that was really his sentiments, that's ridiculous. Like, he doesn't even know. Like,
Yeah.
And Michael J. Matt's like, bro, we're changing his heart, dude.
Yeah.
His next article.
Nova Sordo in Latin.
Ooga Booga Dooga, the Catholic Church is true.
I mean, it's a matter of how deep does the rot go. I think there is a curial investment. In other words, there is a rot in the Curia that wants to continue the Bergoglio agenda, and like more so than even like Prevost himself, who, whether or not he's like aware of all that or not, he's just letting it go on. And so, I think that's like the issue going forward. And I think, unfortunately, the conservatives like Burke and others and Schneider, who's like, oh, just give us our freedom. Like, that's not going to be an answer that faithful Catholics who are traditional and like involved in this space are going to be content with. I mean, they're going to continue to call out and push back against Michael Matt and all these guys. Like, hey, like, you can't just like shut up for the next 6 months until the next consistory. Like, it's not going to happen. So,
Well,
Exactly.
I point out that a lot of times in politics, we think because the guy in charge is different, that it is different. But if you've read Scott Horton, you're like, no. There's a through line in the last 30 years of a movement to get at war with Russia. We're obviously not going to end the war with Russia because they've been planning this for 20, 30 years. It's like, now we're at the point where, maybe we can have the TLM. It's like, but what was the plan leading up to this? It wasn't like Benedict XVI randomly decided one day we need to get more TLMs going. Then like, oh wow, we're on the right track all of a sudden. Like these children, like Michael Matt, who look at this stuff and they think they have the crystal ball. It's like, no. Everybody else has game theory this out in a black dark room somewhere with 40 people. They've sat down and they've game theory the next 10 years out. You're late to the game.
Yeah, they have something crystal. It's just not a ball. They're doing a lot of it. We're in the catacombs. I'm hiding from the drug enforcement agency currently right now.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what's going on with us Sedes,
Yeah,
man.
a little bit of
We're just
crystal.
tweaking. We
We're
think we're in the
tweaking.
catacombs. Everything's actually okay, but we're just we're
Do you
just
think? What's the reaction going to be to Bishop Wah's statement? And
They'll ignore it. No one
ooh.
cares.
Yeah, you think they'll ignore it? Shoot. I think that the clergy, they all hate each other, and the people are sick of it. They're all sick of how the clergy hate each other, and the people are not with that. The people are not wearing the jersey of the different groups, waving the flag. No, the people want a solution, and we think that the bishops hating each other, like, it sucks, like, being under that. Like, I think most people, it might not be loud, but it could be like 2016 Trump, where like you're going to think people are against the conclave, but most people are actually for it. It could be something like that. But I mean, it's, like Sadie P was saying earlier, it's like Bishop Sanborn and Bishop or Father Jenkins versus everybody else, basically. Like everybody else might be for it.
It
but
is a Mexican
yeah.
standoff with the SSPV and the RCI pointing guns at each other and both of them at the CMRI. That is what it just is. So unless the Holy Spirit moves Bishop Pivarunus to be the Bishop of Unity, which is what his public promise is to be.
Unity in the unity keyword.
Yeah.
We're united in
Unless the Holy Spirit wants that, we just have to wait for Bishop Sanborn and Father Jenkins to die. That's actually just like the only solution.
Yeah, so he says that, and I'm for a violent uprising where the people overcome that, where the
Don't need to
people,
do this every time.
well, not violent, not actually violent, but where
Okay.
the people are so, like there's just enough of a movement to overcome the set of privationists and SSPV. I mean, I don't even think the SSPV is going to have an impact. I mean, they're, if you go against Took, like, you get crushed. The spirit of Took will rise from the grave, and everybody will know that he was right. Okay, like, I think I'm a full Tookist. Okay, I think we need to embrace the spirit of Took. What I was saying earlier, Lefebvre got us most of these masses. He got us most of the traditional masses are from Lefebvre, and it's, I'm not a Lefebvrist, I'm a Tookist, but I got to give him more credit than what the Took clergy have done, which is, to this point, is like, we need to do this council, or the Took clergy really haven't done anything. It's like, yeah, I'm full Took, man. So let's do this conclave. I think the people are behind it. And I think we can
Why do you
overcome
always talk
whatever's in the
about
way.
the people? You speak for yourself.
I know, but
Inverito is the voice of the
I'm
He
creating
is
a
the
narrative.
people.
I'm creating a narrative.
He's a politician.
Yeah.
He understands the
The
issues.
silent
Exactly.
majority. The silent
Dude,
Majority.
Always invoke the people.
my whole 6 months in sedevacantism, like, I run this thing, okay? Like,
I'm a loud minority.
yeah. I know, like, my fully authoritative insight on sedevacantism. You all have
Of all the
no
solutions.
authority.
Sanborn, I'm gonna have to explain this again.
They had a live stream tonight. I plan on watching that in a minute here. Him and Steven Heiner.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Bishop
that was
Sanborn.
that was pretty good. That was pretty goated that you interviewed Bishop Sanborn. I mean,
We need to get Thomas Nagley
that was
on
awesome.
here.
Thomas Nagley?
Yes. Welcome to What Catholics Believe.
You've probably been trying to get Bishop Pivarunas on, huh? I'm sure.
Hello, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm open to anybody. It'd be good to have everybody on, So I thought it was a really good conversation with Julius Smetona. I think there was obviously parts where it went on for a while, but Julius is a unique person, and I have texted him previously and chatted with him individually, and I think there was a lot of good to come out of that. And so, I mean, there's a lot of persons who have been in this movement for a long time, as well as different persons who have been in it for a shorter time, who I think are worth profiling. And I think it's a good conversation. So. Is that AP sign language guy, or what's he doing?
I don't know what. I wasn't pointing at anyone. What?
Let's see. Man. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be calling Bishop Waugh a conclavist. That's what they're going to do. They're basically going to try to say he's mentally insane. There's going to be a lot of that, like, oh, he's Palmar or whatever. Like, yeah, this is Palmar, except that we're going to win. We're going to, like, we just have to own it, I think. Like, oh, you're going to be the Pope in your mom's basement. It's like, yeah, we are. Like, do something. You know what? Like, I don't care who calls me a conclavist. Like, I'm not going to call myself a conclavist because I think that's just what we got to do.
There's an important point where I think and maybe there's more nuances than I understand, that Bishop Waugh had made the point that he's not necessarily a conclavist, because a conclave would involve cardinals, right? And he's referring to an imperfect council with Sede bishops, and that's a bit different. So it's a completely different, like, theological approach to the issue itself, which I thought I appreciated that when he said that, because again, I'm still studying these issues myself, and I thought that was pretty important to note, because there's a lot of different views on that. But in any case,
yeah, the RCI bishops and the SSGG bishops have been getting along more lately. Excuse me, but it is a moot point that will go nowhere. It's just good that it's being talked about, so we can get more comfortable with it. But unless the Holy Spirit starts blowing in people's ears, until we see Father Jenkins and Bishop Sanborn shaking hands, we'll just have to keep praying.
Yeah, I mean, but another main point I've always been saying is, if these people hate each other so much, do the council and throw hands. Like, seriously, like, have a fight. Like, settle this like men. Like, I can't.
All 70-year-old men.
Yeah, like, what is this thing where you don't talk to people forever, or you talk crap back and forth, like, without even talking to each other?
Crap. They don't talk to each other. They don't live in each other's worlds. Bishop Sanborn doesn't care if you get the super chat from Father Jenkins.
Me and Phil can commentate it.
how much do you think this is generational then? Because obviously Bishop Waugh is 39, and the older Sedes are getting closer to 80 almost, and it does seem, especially in just broadly speaking, Gen Z, whatever you think of Pine Sap, Fuentes, etc. I mean, there is a desire, it seems to me, of those who are under 35 and under 30 especially, to sort of maybe just not only move beyond Vatican II. I mean, you hear this a lot, in the mainstream, neoconservative, neo-trad movement, let's just move beyond Vatican II. I don't know if you can necessarily just do that, but there does seem to be a generational fissure happening where someone like a Bishop Waugh is let's just try to solve this problem, let's get on with it, versus others who are let's abide by the theological arguments of it. I'm not drawing a side myself either way, but there seems to be something happening there.
Shoot. Well,
I mean, you guys aren't over 40. I mean, you guys are all pretty young.
Right, yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah, CNP is 25.
So
I hate you so much, John. I would say
a decade off.
I would say yes, because everything in society and everything is deteriorating, and so that's just going to create more anxiety in people. So any solutions will be good solutions. So it's so we're living in the great Pax Americana of the American Empire since the 1950s onwards, and at some point that's got to crash and burn, and it's slowly going down, and it won't go down very fast at all, until it kills Tommy in the streets one day.
Yeah.
But people, they see this and they start to panic. I do not know why Rob lives in Minnesota from Avoiding Babylon, but when he's on his live stream and he's saying that he packs a gun just in case he gets attacked, You're like, wait, you're living in a war zone?
I love
Are you
killing
actually
people. My name is
living in a war
Rob.
zone there,
Or you
Rob?
post a picture. This is what gun are you taking to mass today? Like that's
Yeah.
insane. They're
So, like, if
that's
that's the normal conversation we have, like, I can't help but imagine that younger people are going to look and go, oh, wait, if the generation in front of me is thinking this is a war zone, what's it going to be like in 10 years for me? Which is why I think the whole Fuentes thing is interesting. Because he's just, he's just like, oh, yeah, we got to go to war and kill everyone. And everyone's like, oh, my gosh, maybe we might have to.
Well, I mean, moving like people in the Novus Ordo, moving past beyond Vatican II. Is that what you're talking about? Or
Well, I'm referring to how there just seems to be a sort of fatigue setting in, right, with everything, but especially Vatican II. I mean, when Leo just said at this recent conclave, we're gonna talk about Vatican II more. We're gonna have a weekly conference on Vatican II, like almost like. At least I saw a lot of influencers be like, really, again, like this is really what you're going to focus on. So it just seems to me like this is not something like people under 35 really are like care give a care about. It's like, why are we doing this again?
Do any of the under 30 Catholics care about the Catholic faith? Any of them?
What they think perceive to be the Catholic faith. I mean, I mean, I think they view, again, like I said earlier, like they would view someone like a Ratzinger or someone like, oh, he's our hero, continuity, etc. And they saw like Francis as, in a bizarre way, someone who was saying certain things about geopolitical affairs, etc. But obviously they're wrong about that. But I don't know. I mean, I guess to your point, to be fair to your point and to support your point, if you look at Gen Z, I mean, there's been various studies, especially I just saw a Pew study recently, like released 2 years ago. I saw this today, like people who are under 35, the number of individuals who are either a part of like a non-Christian denomination, broadly speaking, right, who are either like Hindu or like Indian or non-believers, and especially now like who believe themselves to be in the wrong gender, like in the wrong body, like that's massively increasing. Yeah. So like Gen Z themselves are either like hyper like trad, like wanting a trad wife, or they're just super woke LGBT, like some Hindu 2-binary spirit person. Like it's either black or white. And so it's like that generation is that.
Well, yeah. So I mean, the ones that would be Catholic though are still, most of them are still going to be going to Novus Ordo Mass every Sunday though. I mean, they're overrepresented at the TLM or SSPX for sure, but it's still going to be the vast majority are still going to the Novus Ordo. And so, I mean, the ones at the Novus Ordo, they're not even going to be thinking about Vatican II. I mean, they're, yeah, I mean, they're, so I guess the ones that would be going trad then, I mean, they just like are, shoot, because they're not going to be like the generation before, like the Abato mentality of like, let's just ignore the Pope and not, that doesn't matter. So they're going to have to confront that. They're going to have to confront like what's going on with that. But sedevacantism isn't really like built to bring in a ton of people.
It's also
is it or not? I mean, that's a question I have. Like, here's the thing. I mean, there is a truth to the criticism. I mean, because I've gotten this a lot, right? As someone who's interviewed various clergy, influencers, etc. I'm immediately accused of being an infiltrator, right? I'm immediately accused of someone who's, disingenuous, etc. And so when new people come to the sort of space, it's inherently almost like innately viewed as an infiltrator, sort of like a virus of sorts. And so, like my point is like, if there's no outreach, if there's no marketing, and I'm not. I understand why people would say that term is bad or, you shouldn't be using that. But if you're just going to like hunker down and do like 30 episodes a month on like the different flavors of sedevacantism or whatever, that's not going to attract people. Like in a sense, like you do need a sense of like, here's what we're going to do. Here is the outreach. Here's what we're going to convince folks. So I don't know, to jump on your point right there that you just made, like, you know, there does need to be a better marketing strategy. I do think there's, that's what I want to have Majorian on to talk about. Like, where does he see like the trad movement itself? Where are their deficiencies, especially with the Zoomers?
Yeah, so I have a nephew who's 20, and I've tried to talk to him about sedevacantism, and I think it was incapable of forming a coherent theological thought. So from my actual experience with these people, it's so black and white whether they're actually able to identify problems and solutions versus like this general feeling of this is my life. And that does tie into the Majorian's comments about trads, because that's what I've been saying about trads for a while. The right-wing brain that follows the herd. So now the herd's moving another direction, so then all the trads are going to move that other direction. It's just like, yeah, it's the never-ending story of the trads. This is why Taylor Marshall could so easily come in, and Taylor Marshall could so easily leave. And to the point about the Sedes allowing themselves to be infiltrated, it is really weird to me, because I came in and started doing a show and no one knew who I was or cared. And then 20 episodes later, they were like, oh, it's ADP. He seems like a Catholic. Okay, I guess he is one. I was like, what? Like, no one DM'd me, are you actually Catholic? Where do you go to Mass? Because I didn't go to Mass. I just was like, yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Then no one was DMing me, well, then you can't do content. No one's ever said that to me, which is really weird. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I love what Stephen Heiner and Bishop Sanborn have done. You know, but yeah, everyone else is like, their website looks like it's from 1995. You know, it's like,
I watch every Bishop Sanborn show. You know, I watch these programs. I think it's been immensely helpful, especially in the last year, to myself as well as to others. And I think it shows that. That sedevacantists are not just like autistically obsessed with, again, the issue itself, that there's other issues at play here, not unimportant, but that, we can talk about other issues other than this particular one in an intellectual manner. I know Stephen does various programs on like international affairs, the situation in Palestine, for instance, etc. And, that's a political thing, but I mean, I just hope that there's more persons who will see that, especially on my own program. This is one thing that I've been kind of purposeful or intentional about, is that if someone comes on my programs or comes onto my channel, they will see a show on creationism, a show with Louis Vecchio about sedevacantism, a show with Bishop Sanborn, a show with Dave DeCamp from Anti-War about international affairs. Like this is a all-encompassing program, and it's not just like we're going to focus on one or two topics. And I don't know, that's my approach to it. Maybe it's my own background, my own experience in the political world as an instructor, as well as a journalist. Outside of just strictly speaking this particular area, but I think there's a lot of issues, at least for myself, that I like to tackle, and I think that's what people want. It's not just one or two things. So, but that's just me. I could be wrong about other people.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
You should have Peter.
Well, we've got 8,500 followers. I think it's working in some regards. But I mean, it's all right.
People are going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to listen to what they're going to listen to. My biggest issue is not with you. It's, you're a journalist. You cover big topics. You just carpet bomb topics. My bigger issue is other Sedes who don't filter content. It's really weird. There are some Sedes.
Like, what do you mean? I guess filter content. What do you mean?
Well, I try to run a G-rated show, even though I say it's for adults, because in Catholic culture we G-rate ourselves, generally speaking. But if you were a journalist, like a professional journalist, some things you can't G-rate. Sorry, the show is just rated R because the topic's just that. And so, we have a lot of issues inside of Save a Continent with the trad movement being a white nationalist movement. I said that to my brother 7 years ago before I was in Sadie. We're like, hey, we went to Latin Mass. Guess what? All the white people were here. We all laughed and winked at each other, being half Mexicans. We thought it was hilarious. So I was like, oh.
And the Mexicans will join the white nationalist movement too.
So it's like there's actual issues going on that aren't just the Pope's a heretic. We have to actually continue on. That's why I do like the Bishop Waugh episode, because like, sorry, but the world's continued on whether the bishops there or the Pope's there or not. So like we have to keep going.
Yeah. Which is why, so I found it very bizarre after I did my analysis of the recent consistory. I did 2 episodes of that. And, there was a number of persons who responded in the comment section. What, like, they're like, these are all heretics. They're modernists. Why even call them liberal or conservative? Okay, so what do you want me to say? Every time I describe Cardinal Muller, what do you want me to say? Novus Ordo, modernist, ultra liberal, heretic, modern. You want me to lay out the 17 qualifying phrases before I refer to him as just Muller? Give me some leeway to just refer to the situation I am and explain what's going on in a general way. Like, okay, we all understand you're a smarty pants when you make a point on Twitter in response to my tweet and you say, well, Steven, why don't you understand this? I do understand it. I have a 10-minute window to grab people's attention, because people watch 5 minutes on average on YouTube and they don't care about the next 25 minutes. So it's like, hey, just can we at least talk about a situation in church going on right now? Your church and always our church. I get it. Okay.
And it's easier for normies to actually grasp the political right and left. Like, that's even just basic trad speak. They will understand right and left in the church. Then it's not so black and white.
Well, I mean, even again, Bishop Sanborn has used the term. Pope Leo, other clergy have used the term Leo. What do you want me to do? I don't understand the criticism. It's not even a legitimate criticism.
To call him anti-Pope Leo.
And I understand, I do understand why folks do that. I mean, I've read Mario's articles on Novus Ordo Watch, and it's I guess my hands would just get tired, but typing the quotations around those phrases all the time. It's fine, just whatever. That's sort of a thing that's really bizarre and really kind of annoying to me. It's can we just be on the same page here? We know what we're talking about.
The purity test that Catholics go through is really crazy. And since we don't have a pope to judge our purity by, it is a problem. And I don't know that can be resolved.
Yeah.
But it's I always say with the soapbox that I talk about, where do we draw the lines? I honestly, I don't know where any trads draw the lines anymore. They have content about their dead kids. And they're like, hey, pay me for the content about my dead kid. And you're like, I just gave you money last week to bury him. Now you want to get paid for me to read your thoughts on your own kid? What? So was I not supposed to give you money and wait until you tried to make money off your kid? Where's the lines? There's no way on the lines. Or Abate saying Francis is pretty much worshiping the devil, followed by, let's go see Leo. Leo's worshiping the devil. Let's go see Leo. It's where's the lines? No one knows.
What's going to happen with Pelican Plus, you think, this year? Do you think they're going to survive? Or are they going to...
Yeah, I think they will.
Why? Because they got money behind them? Or you think they're...
Yeah, they have enough money. It can't be that expensive to hire content creators.
But they got 25 people. It's at the Wu-Tang Clan. You got 8 million people who are part of this thing. It's how many people are you having this organization?
They need to pay me $7,000 an episode to do content for them. I could.
We just need to make as much. We just need to make as much fun out of them as we can, and they'll go away. But it'll be a while.
Okay.
I mean, it is helpful that they are bad content creators, though.
Bad in what way? What do you think they're lacking over there?
They talk. They're not tight. So if you've written high level professional papers, every sentence has to have a reason for being there. They don't understand that concept. Most of them. Kwasniewski just keeps talking forever. He can take 7 minutes to say what you would say in 2 minutes. That's 5 minutes of free time for me to find something funny that he says. Kennedy Hall is an idiot. And he's always been an idiot. There are atheists who would watch Kennedy Hall to find examples of how to make fun of theists. And he never, ever understood that. This was him in 2020. That's who they hired. They have Nick Cavazos. Nick Cavazos is a liberal Novus Ordo from a Protestantism turned trad. It's like, he's not grounded. I don't know if they have a single person on their crew who's solid. But WM Review and had some friends or else someone associated with them. They put out a video, and I watched it, and I said, there's literally like 4 seconds of things I could make fun of in a 5-minute video because it was very tight. It's very professional, very thought out. Like, that's not what Pelican Plus is putting out. They're putting out slop. And they had to put out enough slop to keep their people entertained.
Yeah, I'm curious as to know who their audience actually is, because I've been seeing a lot of their arguments. I mean, what I'm seeing out of there is mostly like, sign up, go to our website, send in your email, and get out of the faceless YouTube corporation, right? And it seems to me that messaging is geared towards folks who are over 65 years old, right? And God bless our elder senior citizens who are supporting all these organizations. But like, it suggests to me that when you're promoting how to sign up for your organization more than actually like promoting your content, you have a problem. What's happening right now? So, yeah.
What are they at? 515 followers with that many people? Like, they have names that with 20,000 followers, don't they?
I think they're Pelican. Well, I think they have several different accounts. So I think their other account has more. Yeah. So
3,000. They haven't blocked me on this one yet. They blocked me on the other one though. Yeah. I don't know. 3,000 followers. Shouldn't that be 30? Like, this is a professional organization, right?
Yeah.
You would hope.
But yeah, our biggest marketing thing. Oh yeah. You know what, Christine, you go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say to Stephen, my thought on their audience, given that you mentioned people, probably 65 and over is who they're aimed at. My thought was their platform is geared toward those who have enough time on their hands to spend like 5 hours a day on the app, praying, reading, doing the breviary, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting business model for them to say like, hey, sign up and then come to us. Like, my theory has always been all along is to just produce content, and if people like it, they'll support you either through donation or through what now I'm offering on my own YouTube channels, like different levels of membership. Like, okay, if people like the show, they want to have more exclusive content, that's great. I'll provide that for them. But yeah, if you're going to ask up front, like, here's the solution to the crisis, but give us your email and your, credit card number to get it. It's just very bizarre. I don't understand the model. I don't think it's. I don't know.
And you've got stuff on the app that's not traditional, like Timothy Flanders doing rosary recordings. He does the joyful, sorrowful, glorious, and luminous, quote unquote, mysteries.
The luminous quote mysteries.
Like, how is that
the
traditional?
Quote, luminous quote mysteries.
Yeah, it's a mix of semi-trads, indulters, neo SSPXers. It's a hodgepodge of all different sorts. So
it's just like conservative Novus Ordo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you get Peter Diamond on your show just like to have a fun show, or?
Yeah, no. Look, I put out that poll. I put out a poll a couple weeks ago. I said, who should I have on? I said Peter Diamond Brothers, Bishop Sanborn. I think I put somebody else on there, and then Sanborn won. I'd already reached out to Sanborn himself actually before then, but I'm open. Yeah, like, what does it matter? I mean, there is no limit to why we shouldn't have conversations with different people at this time in the crisis in the church. I think it would be interesting. I don't know how it would go if they would try to turn it around on me and start talking about like baptism of desire.
Yeah, they just start beating you up.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'd probably want to talk about that beforehand and be like, hey, let's just like get to know you and introduce you to the broader audience, because that's an important thing. And I do believe they've had who runs the X account, Carmel Monastery?
Oh man,
is that
The Jedi?
The Jedi priest.
Father Short.
Let's see.
Father Short.
Yeah, I think
Gabriel Lavery mentioned who it was.
Yeah, I don't know this guy. So I don't. That's right. Tuke's got the look down here.
You are a diabolical heretic with no supernatural faith.
That's right. That's right. So I don't want to not be someone who doesn't. I don't want to oppose.
What if you have him on? You should have Father Short on, dude. That'd be wild.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Like you would
People
just
say
be...
the Force is female. What do you say about this?
I don't know. I mean, how do you just be? How do you like manage day to day like being this much of a rock star? I mean, if you have Father Short on, like that's just like I don't know, man. How do you contain that? Yeah, how do you contain like being such a rock star with the people you get on these interviews? I mean, that's amazing.
Well, what has stopped the influencers that are already out there from doing this already? I don't understand the situation why someone like Diamond Brothers or Bishop Sanborn or Bishop Wah, why are they excommunicated? Why are they outside the window of acceptable discourse? I mean, I think back to the time when our Lord was around, and you look at the Pharisees, Sadducees, etc., and I guess when I was growing up, I always watched that movie, and maybe some people disagree with like how it portrayed things, was the Jesus of Nazareth movie. And part of that movie, some of these like Pharisees were like, oh, how could our Lord, he comes from this small town, his father's a carpenter. And like, to me, it's like, there's so many different options or different views on the situation. Where how can anybody honestly just say here and say this is 100%, 110% the solution? And my view is like, I obviously had convictions that have gotten me to this point, but I'm also, as someone who's trying to have a program and someone who's trying to get to the bottom of the situation, to compare, as any good journalist would do, like the different views on like what the solution might be or what the potential just like general answer should be or might be. And so I've never been opposed to having someone on who I might either disagree with or who someone I might just view as generally like as everybody else does, like outside the fold. So the Diamond Brothers, hey, you're welcome on my program. Just like, hey, it's fine with me. Who cares? like you might be right. I don't know. I again, maybe some people would say, "Oh, Stephen, you're going too far outside the field. You're creating scandal." Well, I mean, this is a time when there is scandal, and I don't think there's any reason to say like this is the line where you have to draw. I don't know. I mean, so whatever. I'm willing to have conversations with anybody.
I was trying to make the point to Kevin Davis 4 months ago that we should have multiple different channels covering different types of topics, so we can keep the sacred things sacred and the questionable things questionable, because we want to have questionable things. We just don't want our video feed to go from a sermon by Bishop Pivarunas, an interview with Brother Diamond, followed by like an interview with an R&R person. You're like, okay, this person is schizophrenic. But if you're like yourself a journalist and not a die in the world, I'm a Sede Vacantis born Sede, and that's in my blood. Oh, and by the way, let's talk to these people that we would normally think are heretics. It's like, well,
there is a line you have to draw at a certain point to say like, okay, what's something that's actually like practical or in reality. I mean, I'm not going to have a Protestant on and have them, oh, what do you think about the situation? That's ridiculous, right? I mean, oh, maybe you're right. Like obviously we have parameters. Obviously we understand the situation at hand, but it seems to me, as someone maybe who's newer to the space, and people can say I'm naive or mistaken or misguided. It doesn't seem to me personally at the moment like there's a strong conviction for one or the other views, and it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, for myself, maybe that's the case for others, and so let's open up the discussion. And I'm fine to be wrong, and I'm happy to submit to something that I find completely correct. And at that point, maybe I'll say, okay, I need to draw harder lines. But at the moment, I find it reasonable to have different people on of different persuasions.
Yeah, and there is something to have a lot more content out there and to keep people from wandering off into other more nefarious realms, because the internet is just endless content.
Mm.
And again, it's like, I don't dislike that about you, but because I'm very focused and I see things very black and white as a philosopher, not as a theologian. I'm not a theologian. I have a really hard time seeing that there's any conversation. Are you doing this, John? John, are you sleeping?
What was that?
I don't know.
Is anybody watching, by the way? It's like 1:00 here. Are there any comments in the YouTube channel?
I think we've just been hanging out. I don't think anyone's been watching. I don't think
he ended
anybody
the
saw
stream.
you come on.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
too late.
still going on. I thought it
mean-
was in the back here. Let me delete all this stuff.
Yeah.
This is basically what Sailacast is, though. Like, we just come
I see.
on. Or, well, actually, we would review a video, though, and we would roast it.
But it was a good quote. You said that you got interrupted there. I don't know how that happened.
No, I was just going to say that I don't see that anybody actually has any real conversations. Like 90% of the time, it's like all dogmatic preaching top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. And are you saying you see that on my program, or what? Or
No, I'm saying I don't mind. I need to edit some things. I don't mind that, but just like when I looked at the bigger realm of people and their ideas, it's very rare to actually have anyone who can have more open dialogues with topics. Like, when
I don't understand why not. I mean, well, I guess I do understand, because as Bishop Wass said on the interview earlier, yesterday, people are tribal, right? And he was talking about SSPX, and people will pick a tribe for reasons that are irrational. And I see this in various, like, for instance, pro SSPX influencers, and they will just literally go along with the Lefebvre, what they believe the Lefebvre line, like from 1983 to 85, whatever that they want to pick, and like that's their approach, and then they'll just push that, and then anything outside of that, resistance, Cantus, like that's unacceptable. And so you cannot go outside that, because then, well, maybe you're going to be viewed as someone who's a problem for the SSPX pilgrimages. Maybe you're not going to be invited on, or like we talked about earlier at the Pelican Plus group, like you're going to be at that organization, and you got like 15 different points of view. So the second you step outside of that, you're labeled as like the extremist. And like for me, like I have nothing left to lose. Like I'm sort of glad that I'm in the situation I'm at, because it's like, okay, we're in a point where now we can bring up those topics that have long been kept at bay, and that most need to be talked about. So I'm very grateful to actually what happened this past year and a half, and especially the last like 7 months, because I think someone who's in my position, you're able to talk about things, and people are approaching you in the very first instance, and they're viewing with you with a bit higher respect, if you will, because not everybody comes from like LifeSite or these organizations that I've come from, and so I think that's a very big plus, and I don't take that for granted. And so I'm very grateful for the supporters that I've had and people who've come and followed me along the way. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but I think that's the situation we're kind of at.
Yeah. It's not a simple or easy thing anymore anyway. Like, I took me, 8 years to figure out what I actually thought when I was in college. Then it took me another 4 or 5 years after college doing my own study. And then I studied sadomasochism for 6 months. I was like, oh, yeah, this is rock salt. It's like some people don't have the mental capacity and like the sheer pride that they have to get down to why something is right. So it's like people are people. They just shouldn't be doing shows.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who don't have that intellectual ability either, and they have all sorts of hangups, right? Like, oh, I have family concerns. I have my own.
Yeah, I have
politics,
Nova Sordo family. If that state of occultism is true, is bad for my family. It's actively bad for certain people in my family. It's like, oh, it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, my family's all Mormons, so I don't care. But
You gotta be like able to just roll with the punches. Anyway, we've been keeping you for like way too long. We kept you for like 2 hours. So
Was it 2 hours? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Getting late.
about 2 hours.
about an hour 30, legit. Yeah.
Well, do you have any last questions before I go? It's been great being
Yeah.
here.
Oh, did you?
No,
Christine?
you have my phone number. You can contact me whenever you want to.
No,
You're
no.
one of three
Yeah.
people who did.
No
who have-
questions.
No, just thanks for coming on and hanging out, man. I was
Yeah,
having a
man.
terrible day, and
Yeah.
that made my day. So made it
Yeah.
a lot better.
We're fans because it's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get Peter Diamond on though, or Father Short, I mean, that's so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a big year, I think. I want to do more of that content. I think that's just really unique content, and I think we'll have a couple books coming in the new year as well. So keep an eye on that. Go to the Substack, obviously, and we'll try to keep producing content there, but mostly on the YouTube channel. So anybody out there who's still watching, I can't believe if you are. It's 1 a.m, I'm sure. Send me messages, and I'm happy to hear your thoughts and questions and concerns. But I appreciate coming on. This is actually it was very enjoyable. So we'll do something soon in the new year.
Okay.
Christine, thanks for my sister's name is Christine. So
Oh, awesome.
so, yeah.
I love that.
Okay, well, we'll just end the stream. End the stream. Everyone has
End
to
the
say
stream.
end the stream.
And the stream.
and the
And the stream.
and the stream.